Good Sunday morning and welcome to Community Circle on Sierra H Broadcasting. I'm your host, Jackie Morales, and every Sunday I always have a very special guest with me, either in the studio or being out and about in the Valley. Today we're in the studio and I would love to welcome again, because she's no stranger to Community Circle, we are speaking with Kelsey Dickerson. She is a spokesperson for the Humane Society. Thank you so much for being here and welcome again to Community Circle. I always love having you here because you're pleasant and you're so awesome and you have the puppies that you bring through and I just love animals. So thank you again for being here.
Well, thank you so much for everything that you do for the community. I'm so sorry I didn't bring puppies this time.
It's okay because you're always welcome and I know next time you'll bring us a little treat.
That's right. Yeah, it's so funny anytime I show up somewhere without animals, they're like, I think you're missing something.
That's so sad. I feel so bad because you're like, what about me?
I totally understand. No, I totally understand. They're the heart of what we do.
Yes, and I love that so much. What is going on right now with the Humane Society when it comes to the animals here?
Yeah, so the Arizona Humane Society has truly seen an unprecedented amount of animals. It's a summertime, and we play a really niche role in the Valley where we care for sick, injured, and abused pets here in the Valley. So for anyone who's not familiar with us, we are a local nonprofit here that was started in 1957. Yeah. And like I said, we do care for the Valley's pets that truly have nowhere else to go, and we're projected to bring in more than 24,000 pets this year. So we are really going through it. And so we're so grateful to be here. And we're so grateful for the community who allows us to be able to save these lives each and every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my kids love animals and I have a lot of grand animals. But they are constantly on the website for the Humane Society. They love to just, look at the animals and then they cave in. We have a few rescues at home too. So I just love how much and how involved you guys are. And I know that at times there's times where you guys can't take any more animals in because you guys have so many. But just thank you for what you're doing for the animals here in our community. What is another way that we can help out right now?
Yeah, so there's so many different ways that people can help out. So first and foremost, we really need the community's help with adopting. So when we're able to, get those grand fur babies out there into their forever homes, that allows us to be able to open up much needed kennel space. So that way we're able to continue bringing in animals. And these pets are coming through us in so many different ways. We have our field team, which consists of cruelty investigators and emergency animal medical technicians. We have our animal assistance department that brings in strays that the public brings into us. Right. And then, of course, too, we have a lot of owner surrenders that are happening right now as well, which is definitely contributing to overcrowding in the shelters, especially at the Arizona Humane Society. Yeah. Our community is really struggling in a lot of different ways with that. So adopting is huge, but you can always foster, you can volunteer, and you can donate, and I can definitely get into that as well.
Yeah, let's talk about the foster program because I think that's really cool, and I think that there's a lot of people that don't necessarily want to get attached to the animal, but they do want to help find them a home. So how does the foster care program work?
Yeah, so it's absolutely wonderful. So first and foremost, if you're not able to add a furry friend permanently to your home, this is a wonderful solution for you to still be able to get your fix, of having pets and knowing that you're making a difference. Yeah. So these are pets that are either on a behavioral or medical journey. They're not quite available for adoption yet. So you're able to get them in your home. The Arizona Humane Society provides everything that you need from medical care to supplies and then also resources. So if you need any training, say if you wanted to try bottle babies, which are underaged, neonate, orphaned kittens and puppies. Then we'll be able to train you how to bottle feed them and everything that you need. But it's truly a wonderful program. It allows us to be able to expand the walls of our shelter. So for example, like right now we have 1,000 animals within our shelters as well as 1,000 animals within foster hero homes. So it really allows us to be able to basically double the amount of pets that we're able to care for. So it's an amazing program. And so anyone that is interested, you can always learn more at azhumane.org/foster.
Okay, perfect. And what about ownership? Do they say, I decided I'm going to keep this one?
No, I was a foster failure at one time.
Let's talk about that because, I think it's important. Just the experience of that.
Yeah, fostering is so wonderful. So there was, so it was so funny because, I was the same way. She was my first foster pet, and I was like, I am not going to adopt her. I fell in love because she truly was with me for about 6 months. She had so many different medical things going on. And by that time, I did obviously fall in love. But since then, I fostered so many animals.
Okay.
And knowing that they're going to go into a loving forever home and knowing that you've done your part is a wonderful experience. And we have so many foster heroes who have fostered hundreds of pets. So if they can do it, I know that people out there can do it as well. And it truly is a life-saving venture.
That is so cool. I know my son, they fostered a few kittens too. And that was tough because we watched them when they were really, really tiny, and then they started to grow up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we named them. And then, but no, it was nice to see, you know, when they did find their forever home, and they're just so cute. So let's talk about owning a pet. How does that process work?
Yeah, so we make adopting very easy at the Arizona Humane Society. You can come in. One of our adoptions counselors is going to talk to you about what you're looking for. If there's a specific pet that you're coming in being like, nope, saw them on the website, I want to meet them right now. Or if maybe, you know, you're not exactly sure what pet you want, but you have a certain lifestyle. You know, maybe you live in an apartment. Maybe, you know, you work a lot or you travel, whatever it might be. We're going to be able to get you with the appropriate pet for you and not only be able to make sure that it's a perfect fit for you, but also a perfect fit for that pet as well.
I love that.
So you can come in, you know, do a meet and greet with the pet. We'll be able to talk to you through all of their behavioral or medical history if we have it. And then if they have an adoption fee, then we'll be able to get that all set up. But all you need to do is make sure you bring in your ID. You have to be at least 18 years old. And then, too, you also get discounts when you adopt from the Arizona Humane Society as well. We have a Petite store where you get 20% off when you adopt. You get 10% off dog training. And, too, all of our pets come spayed, neutered. They're updated on vaccinations and microchips. So you're really getting the whole kit and caboodle when you're adopting.
Wow.
So it's an absolutely amazing program.
Yeah, that is amazing. Now, are you guys also involved in, like, you know, when people go to the mall and they have the adoptions going on the mall, are you guys a part of that as well?
No, so we have 3 locations throughout the valley. We have our original Sunny Slope location, which we just reopened last year when we were reaching our maximum capacity. So we had to reopen that one. We have our new Papago Park campus, which is gorgeous for anyone who hasn't been there. I definitely highly recommend going and just taking a look around. It's very transparent. You can even see spay-neuter surgeries being done there. Yes, so it is amazing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So if you're queasy, maybe don't go to that area, but you can go see the adoptables and be able to see all the wonderful pets that we have. And then we also have our South Mountain location. So we're all throughout there. But yeah, I mean, talking about that, you know, I think our partners, Arizona Animal Welfare League, does have a spot at the mall. But, I mean, we got to talk about backyard breeders because there's a lot of times that there's pet stores that are getting from backyard breeders. So you definitely want to make sure you're doing your research. And this is why we talk about adopt, don't shop, because, I mean, we've seen so many absolutely horrific cases of cruelty involving backyard breeders here in the valley.
Oh, my gosh. You know what? I didn't even think about that. So I'm glad that you brought that up and the importance behind that as well. I also wanted to ask you, because you guys are doing so much, do you guys have volunteers that come to Humane Society to come and help out with the animals as well? And if so, like, if someone's trying to volunteer, how do they go about that process?
We could not do the work that we do without our volunteers. Like, they are truly the cornerstone of what we do. The Humane Society actually was started by volunteers back in 1957. So they are truly the epitome of what we stand for. And there's so many different ways that you can be involved by being a volunteer. You can work in our trauma hospital, our thrift stores. You can walk dogs. We also have a lot of new programs that we've started. We have a new field trip program where you don't even have to be a volunteer. It can be a one-time thing that you sign up for. We'll pair you with one of our long-timer dogs to be able to take them out and about on the valley to dog-friendly places or even your home. Get them out of the shelter. Get them meeting other people. And it has been super successful. So a lot of these animals have been in our shelter a month, 2 months, 3 months or more. And they'll get adopted within a week of going on a field trip. So it's a wonderful way to not only be able to help them de-stress, get out of the kennel, but also to be able to show people their personalities outside of the shelter. Because as you can imagine, I mean, it's a stressful place. You know, it's loud and all stuff. And as much as we try to make it as calm and, you know, to help them get out of the kennels as much as possible, being in obviously a forever home and in an outside environment is wonderful for them. So there's so many different capacities that people can volunteer, whether you want to do it on a weekly basis or if you just want to do it one time just to see if that's good for you. Or if you're visiting the valley and you're like, you know what, I want to check this out, you can visit azhumane.org/volunteer.
That is so awesome. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that it was a big program that you guys have there. So that's really cool. I do want to thank you so much, Kelsey, for being here. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you're super busy, but I do want to thank you for your time being here. And if there's anything else that you want to add when it comes to the Humane Society and the animals here in our valley.
I would just say, if you guys are wanting to help animals or see any resources that maybe you need, maybe you're struggling to keep your pet in your home, there's so many wonderful resources and tools as well as ways to help our pets that we care for. You can visit azhumane.org.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. And make sure that you stay right here because we are going to be inviting Kelsey back a few weeks from now because there's some more things that we need to catch up on that has to do with the Humane Society and just how you can help here in the Valley and help our animals here in the Valley. So in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in to this segment of Community Circle. Stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. We'll see you next time on Sierra H Broadcasting.